Sardines, sardines, they're living in the sea.
So we are on Sam's boat, the Lyoness. This
Welcome
is
aboard.
amazing. Thank you very much, Captain. Can we go inside the main bit where you steer the boat?
Let's start in the wheelhouse.
Okay, lovely. After you. Okay, so it's called a wheelhouse. I guess it because it's got a
There we are.
steering
That's
wheel.
why it's called the wheelhouse.
Yes.
This is where I am when we're fishing. What my job is to find the fish,
Okay.
to find the shoulder fish that we can set our net around. And for that, we have a sonar.
Oh yes.
And
yeah.
that looks ahead and tells me where the fish are ahead. And it starts off, we start off with a range of about half a mile all the way around us.
Wow.
And then we've got to get the fish just about 30 metres away from us.
Right.
That's the ideal position for us to start setting the net. So we have to creep in quietly.
Right. Yes. Quietly
And
does
then
it.
once we're ready to set the net, I call to the crew who are back in the back of the boat, and they throw the flag over and the net starts going away.
Wow.
So that's the exciting bit.
Yes.
It all takes about only a couple of minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, to get the net set all around the fish. And if we've got it right, then we cut some.
Should we take a look at the net?
Yes. What it is, we've got all these corks along a rope on the top, and here we are with the net. And you see how fine the mesh is? Little tiny meshes, because we don't want the fish to get caught in them. We just want them to hold the fish a bit like my hand and not get stuck. And this net goes all the way down 30 metres to another rope, and this rope here, you see, that rope there is filled with lead, little pellets of lead, and it's several kilos a metre. And that's what makes the net hang down in a curtain when we set it. And tied to this rope at about 10-metre intervals are these rings. What we call them rings, they don't look anything like a ring, do they? But they're clipped on to that rope, and then we thread what we call our purse line. Another rope goes through there, and I'll show you that in a minute. So there we are, and when we move the net in and out, or to get it back in the boat, we have to use this machine here. And it's got 3 rollers, and the net weaves in and out of the rollers, because when it comes out of the water it's wet and it's just far too heavy for us to handle.
That looks amazing. That looks like it could pick quite a heavy load up.
Oh yes, yeah, it is
roller
quite
up there.
quite strong, and we wouldn't have a hope of being able to handle it, because when it's wet it's just waste time.
Yeah. Should we take a look at that rope?
So, what we do, I told you about these rings, and this is the rope that we pass through them. And you can see, perhaps that you can see there on the stern. You see them there? As the net is set and it goes away, each of those rings falls off that bar and the rope goes away with the net. So what we end up with is the net set round in a really big circle, all the corks right around here, net hanging down in the circle, and this rope going through these rings at the bottom of the net. And then what we have to do is to pull this rope in, and we use this winch here to do that, one there and one there.
That's great.
And we pull the rings right up to the side of the boat, so they're all up there in a great big bunch. And then the net is then like a huge bowl, and hopefully the fish are right in the middle of the bowl.
Giant, not goldfish bowl, sardine bowl.
And we hope the fish is still right in the middle.
Okay.
And basically that's caught the fish.
They're not getting anywhere
the
now.
next job now is to get the fish out of that net and into
How
the
do
boat.
you do that?
Well, what we have to do first of all is to recover the net, which I explained we do with that machine at the back. And we start here and we work all the way round until only about 10 metres of corks and net just left in a loop here. And the fish are concentrated right in it. And then when they're like that, what we do is use this green thing here, which is our fish pump. And there's something like a very smooth propeller inside it. It sucks the fish in the bottom, pumps them out up this pipe here, fish and water together,
Wow.
up the top here, up to this gadget here. And what happens there is separates the fish from the water. So that only fish come down this pipe, which we untie from here.
You say
And then-
gentle because it's really important not to damage
Absolutely,
the fish,
we
isn't
can't
it? So,
we can't hurt you, we can't bruise. The fish has got to be as perfect as we can get it.
So it's like a delicate
So it will
hoover.
be. Yeah, it is, and it's amazing how it does it. And I don't really understand how it doesn't damage them, but it doesn't.
Yeah. Great.
And then what we do is use this pipe, which we untie, and then we feed into these insulated tubs. We put about 400 kilos into each one. Then we put some ice in.
Okay.
And then because normally when we're fishing, we would have about 30 of these bins on the deck and double stacked.
Wow.
So if we can
So
manage
you'd
to
have
fill them
30
all,
full.
then we've done very well.
Yeah.
We're very pleased. And our next job is to come in and land them. because
Fantastic.
we've caught them at that stage.
Great. How fascinating is that, children? Thank you so much, Sam.